out started. All right, cool. Let's do a little bit of a warm up just to get the body loose. So take the arms up, feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart, and take them down. Take those arms up nice and tall, stretch one arm and then the other. We're gonna bend to one side, thinking nice and lateral. And come up, take it out, lean to the other side. And come up, do a quick twist. And then bring it back. Twist the other way and bring it back. And we're gonna roll down now to a standing forward fold. A little too close to the wall for comfort. Lean to one side, bend your leg so my left leg is bent, taking the right hand to that and lifting. Getting a nice little twist in. Come back center, lean towards the other foot, get a little twist in. Come back center. We're gonna roll up again. We're gonna do a little bit of balance exercise because balance stuff does hit your core. It's different than sit-ups, but it's really, really good. If you happen to have a resistance band, I think it's great to use this for this one, but if you don't, you can do it without. So we're gonna take the resistance band, or if you just have like a scarf, whatever you got, hold it above your head. And we're going to lean towards one side as we lift up the other leg, kind of like in a star, pulling down the resistance band and hold it, and then bring your toes back up. So this is focusing on our balance and obviously our core because we're shifting away from the center and shifting where our weight is. Whoops, it's hard. Shift to the other side. And again, if you don't have something, you can just do this with your arms out. You don't have to have the band. You can just add a little tension with it if you do use it. Take the weight to one side. Bend laterally as far as you can while still maintaining some control. Take it up. Go to the other side. And let's do 4 more of these. So 2 more on each side. I like this one because it's not like fast. You're of course not burning, but to stay stable, there's a lot going on here. And then let's do 1 more on each side. And our last one. Woo. This side always struggles. Let me try it one more time. Awesome. Great work. Shake that out. We're gonna come down to the mat now for some more traditional ab things. So come on down. It's like the Price is Right, but more effective for your body. And we are going to come down to our backs, vertebrae by vertebrae. So thinking about rounding your body in from the lower spine and then taking it down piece by piece. We're gonna take our legs up and do some bird dog. Not bird dog, dead bug, sorry. Wrong animal. So we're going to take one leg out at the same elevation as the first leg that's still staying at tabletop, and then bring the arms back, and then lift them up. Hold this core nice and tight. Make sure you're breathing, that you're not bracing and holding that breath. Your abs are contracted, but you're still breathing. We're gonna do 8 more. and 1. Take the hands down. And we're just going to do a quick glute bridge because that exercise really got the hip flexors because a lot of them are bent, right? When you're here, not a lot of them, they are bent. So we're just going to lift up and feel a nice stretch across the hip flexors for a moment. And lower. And lift up. And lower. Okay. We're going to do some work on our obliques, and then we're going to do some fun exercises where we're sitting up a bit more. But for now, let's cross our ankle on top of our thigh. Take our same hand as foot that, or rather same hand as like it's down behind our head, and then take the opposite to the foot, arm up. We're going to reach towards the foot, lifting up and over laterally so that we are engaging the obliques as well. If you happen to have weights handy and you'd like to use them, this could be something you do by holding them in your moving arm, or your reaching arm, I should say. We're going to do 8 more, and then we're going to switch sides. All right, let's take a quick rest while we switcheroo the legs and the arms. Now we're going to go the other way. Make sure you're coming down with control, just like you're coming up using those abs. We want to use those to decelerate the movement on the way down. We'll do 8 more. All right, take those legs down, do a quick bridge one more time. Just open up everything along the hips. And take it down. Let's do that one more time. And now we're going to come to seated. All right, so we are going to do, basically, it's like a side plank that, I don't know how to, I'm just going to show you. I don't know how to explain it in words. Very cool. So we're going to basically start in our front plank, and then we're going to shift into a side plank, and then we're going to take ourselves down towards the legs, and almost like a squat kind of, and then lift yourself up. So there's a lot of control happening here. And then you're going to switch, and then come to the other side, and you're going to bend towards those feet. So this gets your core. It also gets your back a little bit. The lats, you might feel firing a little bit as you move away from that hand because it's supporting you. So we're just moving from a plank to center, and then taking yourself down into that bend. And you can take it at this speed. You can go a little faster if you want. I'm going for just like really controlled, focused on form. It's killing me that I can't remember how to label this in words, but I will Google it after the class, and then I will be like, oh, that's what that's called. So again, you want to try and keep yourself lateral. Don't let yourself fall forward. Keep it lateral on the side part. And you want to try and keep those hips raised, right? It might be tempting to kind of go here, but try and keep the hips raised because that's what really also engages the core. Let's do a few more. And one more on each side. Come back to your plank, the regular plank, and lower down into a quick shell. We're going to kind of do the inverse of that now. So we did front plank related stuff. So now we're going to do something that's related to reverse plank to get the opposing muscles. So we are going to lift ourselves, not into a full reverse plank because we're going to keep the legs in a little bit. So it's more like crab style. But we're going to lift ourselves up. Think about expanding the chest here, keeping everything open. First, I'll hold this for 5 seconds, and then we're going to add a movement to it, which I'll show you. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now what we're going to do is we're basically going to rotate our body over to one side and touch the hand to the ground, and then bring it back. And then rotate over to the other side and bring it back. So there's a lot of control here. And you really want to, when you get to the other side, really get that hand down so that you're actually doing a really good twist. And again, you can do this a little faster or focus on being really intentional about it and slower. Keep it going. And your hips can drop a bit. You don't have to be here the whole time, right? I'm dropping my hips, my butt a little bit. Let's do 4 more. So that means 2 on each side. So these are our last 2 and our last 1. And let's sit down. Awesome, awesome work. Great job. We're going to take our hands behind us a little bit. And this next move is a small one, but we're basically going to be lifting ourselves and then tucking back, which really utilizes the abs and a little bit of the chest. So lift, send that butt back, and then take it down. If you need to use like yoga blocks or a book, if your arms don't really reach the floor, that's cool. You can also put your fists down if you don't want to do like the few fingers like I'm doing. So actually I'm going to do the fists thing. And try and keep the shoulders down if you can. So it's almost like you're going swinging and like your arms are like the swing set and your glutes are the swing. Great work, keep it going. We'll do 4 more. Last one. Come on down. Shake those hands out because they were holding a lot of weight. Let's take a moment actually and just stretch our wrists. So take one hand out, palm facing down, let the fingers fall down, and just gently pull on the, push I guess, push on the other, on the hand to just give your wrists a little bit of a stretch in the other direction from them holding everything up. Let's do the other one. So again, palm down, fingers come down with it, and just a little pull of the wrist. Great. We're gonna do a little bit of something from an elbow side plank so that we give the wrists a rest. So we're gonna come down on our sides. And come to our elbow plank. And we're just gonna lift our hips and then lower them a little bit. Lift and lower. We'll do 8 of these. I'll give us a break on the last 2. And come down. And now we're gonna switch to the other side. Elbow plank again, giving that wrist a little vacation. Get yourself in a good position. Rise up. Whoops. Rise up into your plank. You can always, as a reminder, if you need a little bit of help, that's always an option. Or you can come from your knees. That's always an option too. Goal is to have the hips up. So of course, in this case, we're raising and lowering. So they're up, but then they're down. And come on down. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We're gonna roll onto our back. We're very conveniently right there. We're gonna take the legs up and we're gonna lift up and then take them out. So a little lift. So there are reverse crunches. A little lift, send them out. You can send them out as low as you want, as long as you're controlling it. Keep breathing, we're almost there. We're gonna do just 4 more. Really make sure you're lifting up before you go out, and last one. Lower the legs to the ground in a controlled manner. And let's just take a second and take our arms above our heads and stretch nice and long. Just let everything relax in those abdominals for a moment. And send the arms to your sides. And we're gonna tuck the legs back in to do some more bridging. We're gonna do one-legged bridges. So where you come up here, you're gonna have one leg raised and you wanna keep your hips in line. You don't wanna let your leg that's up drop. Or on this side, drop. We don't wanna do that, we wanna keep them in line. So get ready. Lift up into the hips, take one leg up. I'm gonna keep my foot flexed. And I'm gonna lift and lower and lift, excuse me. Trying to keep those hips in line, really pushing through the heel of the standing leg and keeping the leg that's up strong as well. Let's do 3 more. We got this. Take the leg down, bring the other leg up. So now the tired one gets a rest and the other one's gonna match it in a second and feel tired too. Also try and keep your knee where it is in space. It might have a tendency to wanna come out or in. You want to keep it stable in line with your foot. Last two. Last one. Take it down. We're gonna hold our up, and we're gonna pulse and then lift. So that means we're coming down a little bit, not too far, and then bringing it right back up to our maximal contraction of our glutes. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Take it down. Take those arms out to a T. Lift those legs to tabletop. And now bring them into your chest. So they're a little tighter than tabletop. We're going to let our legs fall to one side and keep them there and twist away. Just relax into it. Lift those legs back center. Lower them to the other side and look away if you're able. Take them up, and we're going to do a glute stretch. So we're going to do reclined pigeon. So back where we were for those oblique exercises, grab your thigh, find that sweet spot. If you'd like, it's kind of also like a bit of an extension of the stretch. If you can straighten your other leg that's not on top, but you can also just keep it here. Totally up to you. Take it down. Let's reverse that. Bring the leg up. Take that down. Roll into your stomachs now. I just want to do a little bit of a cobra so that we can get some stretch across our abs because we did so much that they may be a bit tight. So take your hands to your shoulders. Inhale and lift up and out. And you may feel some stretching along your front of your abdominals, your rectus abdominis. Because you worked it, so those muscles are tight, so now we're just giving a little stretch. Be mindful of keeping your hips in the floor and protecting that lower back. Lower down. Let's do one more extension there. Take yourself up and out. Lower down. Push yourself back into a shell or a child's pose to round the back and let it have some flexion. Sit on up. We'll come back to where we started. Actually, we didn't start here today, did we? I don't think we did. I think that was a different class I taught. Just kidding. Take the arms up. Take them down. Stretch to one side. Get a nice stretch in those obliques that we worked. Take it up. Stretch to the other side. And up. Sit up nice and tall. Shoulders down, away from the ears. Imagine you have a string every time you inhale, pulling you up. I'm holding a piece of my hair, symbolic of that string. And just remember to keep good posture and engage your core as you work throughout the rest of the day. Cool. Thanks for coming, Teresa. It looks like Sarah had to hop off. But I hope you have a good rest of the week and a good weekend. Is today Thursday?
Yes, it's Thursday.
Okay. They're all together. Okay.
Same to you. Thank you.
Oh, okay, great. Sarah said she had to jump. Okay. Yeah, see you next week.
Okay, see you next week. Bye.
Bye.